We are the Rognans. This is our family's project to strengthen our relationships, overcome our financial hardships, improve our health, learn new things, and have fun together in the process. We know the journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it, and we hope you'll join us along on the adventure.
This is the good life. Oh, 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 oh. This is the good life. Oh, 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 oh.
So we recorded a video explaining updates on my health and stuff because we are on a health journey, and we thought we'd just give some updates there.
Speaking of which, Ellie, what are these that I found on the couch?
Got some Easter candy. It is March 14th today. The coronavirus has definitely hit the US, and lots of changes for the Rognans.
Yeah, I'm no longer teaching. Well, I guess we're no longer teaching like face-to-face classes for the university that we're at.
Our university canceled classes, and
so we're trying to teach all online.
There's no church, and my parents are in Chile right now. They chose to travel right in the middle of it.
They saw cheap air.
I don't think it was cheap when they
really?
bought the tickets. Yeah, because they have, my aunt lives in Chile, Santiago. They made a trip out to go there, and we'll see how it goes. So far, our kids are still in school. There's our update, and here's our update on my health. Okay, so this might be the hardest video I've recorded so far. I don't know how open to be. I don't know what's too much information, what's not enough information. So you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. Here we go. In November, I decided to have my Mirena IUD removed. It had been 5.5 years since I had it placed in, and it was just time to either replace it or remove it completely. And we decided just to remove it. Within a few days, I started noticing some symptoms. I kind of thought I had caught the flu, but then it would go away. It kind of felt like morning sickness almost. I was like, okay, this probably isn't that big of a deal. It'll go away after a few days. And it didn't. Within several weeks, I noticed, my mood swings were crazy.
The kids said more like, hey mom, more than once.
I was just like, ah! It ended up just getting worse and worse. December was really rough. I think I just slept until noon, and James basically took care of the kids. It wasn't too long before I was like, okay, this isn't just the winter blues per se, it was something bigger. So I ended up going to the doctor. He diagnosed me with SAD.
Seasonal affective disorder.
He can't officially diagnose me with it unless I frequently have depression symptoms over the course of several years. But they tested me, my blood, and I came back with really extremely low D, which he said wasn't surprising. Where we live in Idaho, there isn't a lot of sun. We're not getting a lot of vitamin D. So I got put on vitamin D
and
pills.
low iron.
And I was very extremely, like almost non-existent iron levels in my blood. He listed all these symptoms, and I was like, that's exactly what it is.
Checkbox every single one of those.
They figured it was both of those. So if I just took some vitamin, hopefully it would get my levels back to normal. So in January, February, some of my symptoms got better. The nausea went away for the most part.
Here.
Insomnia got better. The last week it's been bad, but overall it got a lot better. I started getting more sleep. The number one thing I'm feeling the most is exhaustion. I'm just exhausted all the time. I literally drive my kids somewhere for errands, and I think I've had to pull over twice just because I'm so exhausted, and it's only like a 2-minute drive, but I have to pull over because I feel like I've been driving for 5 hours. It's so odd.
Okay, what other symptoms do you also have?
Oh, depression, obviously. It kind of comes in waves where it's really hard and heavy. It feels like everything's crashing on me, and then the next day I feel like I can kind of tackle things, and then it's like you kind of see a glimpse of like the sun or like openness, and then it just all caves down on you again. It's really weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just really rough. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it other than when I look in the mirror I'm getting ready, I'm like, who is that person? It's almost like I can't recognize myself. The only way I really know how to describe it is, have you seen the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers? It kind of feels like that. I'm not who I am. It's like someone else. It's really odd. Negative self-talk is there all the time. It's very bombarding, and it's just always there.
The circles under the eyes.
Well, that's anemia. I got really dark, puffy, just dark circles that I can't hide with like concealer or anything. Other side effects are brittle hair. Like my hair just breaks off. Oh, back pain. My back pain's higher. I usually have around a 3 or 4 pain level every day. Like that's just my norm. So it's probably a 5 or 6. It's not extreme, but it's like, uncomfortable.
And it adds to everything else.
Yeah.
You also get anxiety, right?
Huge anxiety over nothing. Like last year we were tackling things left and right. I felt like on top of the world, and this year it's like, it's just like constant.
You also have a lack of appetite. You really don't want anything to do with food.
I kind of have food aversions, and right now it's like really big. And I've been eating a lot more sugar than I normally do. Like I love sugar, don't get me wrong, normally. But now it's like the only thing that sounds good is cookie crumble. And it's like $11 a box. I'm running out of my personal allowance eating to get my eating habit of cookie crumble. Another weird thing is my feet are cold all the time, like painfully cold. It feels like ice cubes are on them.
It's not just painful for her.
Oh yeah.
It's also painful for me.
Yeah, I like find them at the night. I'm like, warm up my feet. I ended up going to get a second opinion from a hormone specialist just to see what his opinion was. And he basically said that my hormones look okay, but he thinks my pituitary gland, whatever in your brain, was a little overactive. And he thinks it stems from my IUD removal. So my body, this is what they think happened. My body was so used to having this artificial hormone with my IUD that when I got it taken out, my body's like, well, I don't know how to handle this. I'm so used to like not having to work. So now it's overactive. I also developed some side effects. What was the one that? Menorrhagia? Menorrhagia.
Hey, I got it right.
Yeah.
I just know the word. I don't know what it is.
Explain what it is, Tim.
I just know the word.
So another fun symptom is I developed menorrhagia, which is really heavy menstrual cycle. And that's what they think is developing the anemia. I can't actually get my iron levels out just because I'm losing all of my iron every month. The hormone specialist wanted to get me checked. I went and got an ultrasound, a vaginal ultrasound, to make sure I didn't have any polyps. How do you say that?
I don't
Polyps?
know.
Dang it. Polyps. I went and got an ultrasound done to make sure that I didn't have any unusual polyps or any structural issues or anything like that, and came back clear. So basically where I'm at right now is they think I have seasonal affective disorder because of my low vitamin D, which can cause depression, a lot of other issues. They say if I want to, I can go get extra help for the depression, or I can just wait it out for a few more months and just see if my body kind of balances it out. I'm doing a happy light, vitamin D, and just things like that. And I also, obviously
Really
the
low
anemia
iron.
because of the menorrhagia, so I have to get that under control, and they think it all stems from my IUD removal. And they call it Mirena crash, if anyone's heard of that. They're hoping to give a few more months to see if my body can go back to normal, and if not, I'll either have to go back on hormones or get surgery done or something like that so I can stop losing all of my iron every month. They think my mood swings are kind of just like PMS stuff.
All tied together, right?
It's so awful. Well, that was kind of hard to share.
She's a rock star.
Mostly because I don't know how helpful this will be. It is kind of like opening up my issues with everyone. But honestly, even if it just brings awareness, I had never heard of IUD crash, Mirena crash. Never heard of it until I started looking into side effects, and I talked to doctors, and it was really funny because I'd go in and said, have you guys heard of Mirena crash? And they're like, that's not what you have. But then they literally said, it's because you took your IUD out that had hormones in it, and now your body's freaking out. And I'm like, that literally is what Mirena crash is. They're like, oh, it's kind of funny. Anyways, so hopefully it brings awareness and just kind of keeps it transparent. Like we want to keep going. We want to keep crushing our goals. We want to dream big. And
Life gets hard though.
And yeah, we still have challenges and trials that, just like everyone else. We are struggling right along with you. And yeah.
So keep going. Keep working hard. And I'll see you guys later.